Welcome to the online class. Introduction to bed 126. The course code is bed 126. Bed 126. The course title is Introduction to Entrepreneurship Education. Bed 126 is a 2 credit unit course to be taken within 30 hours in the semester. This course is meant to introduce you to the journey of an entrepreneur. The essence of this course is to prepare your mind towards the likelihood of you graduating and becoming an entrepreneur. Summary of bed 126. Okay, the first part is the concept of entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship is the process of identifying opportunities, organizing resources, taking risks, and creating value through innovation for profit and societal development. When you look at the chart here, you can see the diagram that shows the process of entrepreneurship from resources, the idea, the risk taking, the creation, you create, then value creation. This is the process that every entrepreneur follows. It must definitely begin with resources, idea, risk taking. Every entrepreneur takes risks. Then every entrepreneur creates. Then every entrepreneur has a value that he puts in the marketplace. Entrepreneurship has to do with the process of organizing the factors of production. In the factors of production, we're taught in economics, we have the land, the labor, the capital. The fourth factor of production is the entrepreneur. So the work of entrepreneurship is a work of organizing the other factors of production for profit making, for value creation. So you can take your time and go through the chart. The chart is explicit. The chart is very clear. And just like I said, when you have access to this summary, about 60% of this course, in fact, you are done with it. About 60% you are done with it. So take it seriously. Go through the video, the playback of this video over and over again, so you'll be able to gain mastery of the subject. Is expected at the end of this semester. With this initiative, with this development of an online class and introduction, you should do better. So the second aspect of the summary of bed 126 is the historical development of entrepreneurship in Nigeria. From the diagram or the display, the screen display, you will see the order in which entrepreneurship has developed over the years in Nigeria, from the pre-colonial era, the colonial era, the post-independent era, and the modern era. And when you look at it categorically clear, you will see that it's a procedure, it's a process. It is a process from the primitive to the modern. And today, you are agree with me that technology have become the order of the day. So you can take a look at the event that took place during the pre-colonial era, the trading, farming, craft production, and community enterprise. During the colonial era, that's pre-colonial era, right? Colonial era also saw the birth of cash crop, import and export trade, though at that point in time, the indigenous entrepreneurs were restricted during the post-independent era, then the modern era. The modern era saw the birth of technology. That's when technology now became the order of the day. Okay, the third aspect now is the meaning and scope of entrepreneurship education. Entrepreneurship education is the teaching and learning that develop entrepreneurial skills, knowledge, attitude, and competencies needed to create and manage business. The scopes of entrepreneurship, as you can see from the display, the first there is the business creation, business planning, risk management, marketing skills, skill acquisition, innovation management, financial literacy, and leadership development. The entrepreneurship education has its scopes around these mentioned factors. So take note. You might be asked question in exam to define entrepreneurship education. Entrepreneurship education is the teaching and learning, you know, that develop entrepreneurial skills, knowledge, attitude, and competencies needed to create and manage business. And the scopes, we have about 8 basic scopes of entrepreneurship education: business creation, business planning, risk management, marketing skills, skill acquisition, innovation management, financial literacy, and leadership development. Another word for scope is the concept or area of coverage, the concepts around entrepreneurship education, or areas of coverage of entrepreneurship education. So at any point in time, entrepreneurship education needed to be taught, it must cover these 8 scopes. The fourth aspect of the summary of bed 126 has to do with relevance of entrepreneurship education. As you can see, the first one is promote economic growth, reduces reduces unemployment, encourage wealth creation, develop leadership ability, promotes creativity, reduce social vices, improve national productivity, enhance self-confidence. Looking at the relevance of entrepreneurship education. The relevance can never be overemphasized, like I've mentioned. The fifth aspect of the summary has to do with types, characteristics, and functions of entrepreneur. The types of entrepreneurs include innovative entrepreneur, initiative entrepreneur, Fabian entrepreneur, drone entrepreneur, and social entrepreneur. Characteristics of entrepreneur include: number one, visionary, hardworking, creative, confident, goal-oriented, risk-taking, good communicator, and persistent. An entrepreneur is an individual who is persistent, who is consistent repeatedly. You will not see a successful entrepreneur who is not consistent, he is not giving up. The functions include organized resources, yes, create employment, take business risks, innovate, manage enterprises, contribute to national income, and identify opportunity. These are, in clear terms, the types and the function and also the characteristics of an entrepreneurship. These are the things you will look out for in every successful entrepreneur, that you must make your role model. So, like I said, having access to this summary gives you about 60% access to the entire content of this course. You master this summary, you master this summary, I can assure you of a B in this course. You are 60% done with this course. So, like I said, take it serious, go through it over and over and over again, master it, let it become your working document. So the sixth aspect of the summary has to do with factors responsible for the emergence of entrepreneurs. Or you can also put it as the factors responsible for the emergence of entrepreneurship. It could be in the world, or you can also restrict it to Nigeria. We have the economic factor, the social factor, the government factor, the technological factor, and the psychological factor. Under the economic factor, we have factors such as capital, market, infrastructure. Under the social factor, we have family background, we have education, we have cultural value. Then we also have under government factor, we have the policies, we have the incentives, we have training program. Under technological factor, under technological factors, we have the modern access, we have the innovation, we have the modern equipment. Under psychological factor, we have the need for achievement, self-confidence, and ambition. Cumulatively, these are the factors that give birth, that give rise to entrepreneurship socially, economically, psychologically, technologically, and government becoming also another factor that give birth to entrepreneurship or entrepreneur. The seventh aspect uh, has to do with roles of entrepreneurs in economic development. The roles, as you can see displayed on your screen, has to do with number one, create employment. It's one of the rule. Another word for rule has to do with important, has to do with the function. Number two, promote national income, encourage innovation, develop rural area, reduce import dependence, or promote industrialization, improve living standard, increase government revenue. So these are the rules of entrepreneur. So you might be requested to list and explain. These are the basic rules of entrepreneurs. Let's also look at the sources of finance for entrepreneurial investment. The sources of finance of an entrepreneur. You can also put it in that way. Then we have the personal savings, the family and friends. They can source their finance from family and friends, family member, uncle, brother, sister, supporting an entrepreneur to raise capital. We have commercial bank, they take loan from commercial bank, microfinance bank, cooperative society, they can take loan from there. Then government agency, government support, government funding. Then venture capitalists, they can uh, uh, approach investors, crowd funding, and grants and loans. So these are basically the sources of capital or sources of finance of an entrepreneur. It's either from your personal savings or you get it from family and friends. So, giving an excuse of not having money to start up a business is not a good excuse at all to be given. So, these are possible sources. These are possible sources you, as an individual, a prospective entrepreneur, can approach to source finance. But you must discipline yourself to begin with personal savings. You must culture yourself to save, to save, to save with the intention of starting up a business. Next is the approaches to teaching and learning entrepreneurship education. Number one is mentorship, hand-on training. Mentorship include learning through experience in real life business situations. It includes apprenticeship, internship. Let me give you an example of internship. The doctors, the nurses, the pharmacists, after graduation, they set out for internship for 1 year in a medical facility. The next is industrial training, just like you go for CWES or industrial attachment. Then we also have practical demonstration. Number two is the theoretical approach. Theoretical approach, learning concepts through classroom instruction, lectures, group discussion, assignment, seminar. This could also include reading books, reading resourceful books that could help you. Then we also have the entrepreneurship skill needed. These are the entrepreneurship skills that are needed. Communication skill, leadership skill, financial management skill, marketing skill, ICT skill, negotiation skills, team management, problem solving skill. Every entrepreneur needs a sales skill. You need to learn how to sell. You need to learn how to market. So this is the approach that is needed to teach and learn entrepreneurship education. You must have a mentor. You must subject yourself to mentorship. You must have someone who will hold you by the hands and show you the way forward. Okay, the third aspect has five basic uh, division. The meaning of small scale business enterprises, the meaning of small scale business enterprises in Nigeria. We have examples, we have characteristics, we have the importance, we also have the problems. Small scale, medium enterprises in Nigeria. Small scale business enterprises in Nigeria. Small scale business operate with limited capital, labor, and market size. What are their examples? Retail shops, tailoring through design shops, poultry farming, hairdressing and salon, ICT centers. What are their characteristics? How do you identify a small scale enterprise? Number one, startup with low capital requirement, limited employees, owner managed. Okay, flexible operations, localized market. Localized market. That is for small scale. What are they important? Generates employment, reduces poverty, promote local production, encourages innovation, boosts national economy. Are there problems? Are there challenges associated with small scale uh, industry? Yes. Number one, poor infrastructure, inadequate funding, unskilled labor, poor power supply, insecurity, lack of managerial skills. These and many more are the contents you will be expecting from course content number 10. So thank you for finding time to attend the online class. I look forward to meeting you in class. God bless you.